One of the very important aspects in live streaming today is your audio. You can have a bad video, but you can't have a bad audio. If you have a bad audio, then you have a bad live stream. And I've seen churches today struggle with audio production. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to connect your audio from your mixer to your streaming software, be it vMix or OBS. Alright, so this is my mixer over here. This is the amplifiers. And then the last time I did a video on this, I told you to get your sound from the stereo. Let me see if I can show you. I told you to get your sound from the stereo out, which is over here left. But now I've done better, and I will advise you to take a sound from send over here. This is send. Send. You can take it from send 1, send 2. Yours mixer, you should have something like auxiliary. If you have auxiliary, please use auxiliary. This mixer is an old mixer, pretty old. That's why I'm using send instead. But auxiliary is actually the best, and I'm going to show you why pretty soon. Let me return this. This is one of our monitors that we're using. Actually, I don't know what it's for though. But then I'm taking this from send. I'm not actually a technical guy mainly, like I told you the last time. So someone told me this is actually the best, and I tried it out, and yes, it worked for me. So I'm going to be using this send 2 over here. We have the first send, we should wear this, and we have second send. I'm going to be using this send 2. This is my cable, this same cable I used in my last video. I'm going to be using this. And then this send 2, the reason why it's actually the best is that on my microphones now, let me take a particular microphone. I took this microphone over here. Okay, I took this microphone over here, and then if I'm talking, let me turn it on. If I'm talking, it's in this show. This is show mic here. This one that is blinking light. Yeah, my phone was showing temperature too hot, so it can't record. I had to wait for it to cool down. So what I was trying to say is that each microphone over here now has this particular input, which is called EFX1, EFX2. This is the send 1 and 2. If you're using auxiliary, you'll see aux 1, aux 2. If you have like 3 aux, you see aux 1, 2, 3. If you have 4 aux, you see aux 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on the aux on your mixer. So now for my mic, I have EFX1 and 2. So we connected our audio, which is this audio over here. We connected it to the send 2. So I'm going to be using the send 2 over here to control the volume. So this over here now are the volume for the online volumes, which we have this for the other one where they connected to. I actually have no idea what is connected there. Probably monitor or one of the speakers, because our speakers, we got some new gadgets since then, and then we add one more amplifier. So we kind of separated left speaker from right speaker, then the bars left and right, and then the monitor, because we have right speaker, left speaker over there, then we have bass, and then we have our monitor, which is over there. So what we're doing now is that one of these amplifiers, one is for the left speaker, this is over here, then one is for the right speaker, one is for the bass. This is the bass, I wrote it over here, bass left to close right, and then this is the speaker right. Yes, this is the speaker right for this speaker now. Then it means probably this is for the speaker left, and then this is for the monitor. I don't know how it goes, and I don't know how they connected it over here. But then the second sound, which is this second one, is what we're going to be working with. So the more I increase this EFX2, which is my send 2, the more I increase it, the more volume it goes online. If I turn it off permanently, no volume is going online. You can be hearing the volume on the speakers, but you're not going to be hearing it online. So that is why we have this. So if I want maybe the lead singer to have a small volume, and then the backup should have smaller volume, so it won't overshadow the lead, and then maybe there's one stubborn pianist or one stubborn guitarist that always increases his volume on his piano, on his guitar, I can just reduce them online. They can still be hearing whatever they're hearing on the speakers, but then online it'll just be something really small, so it won't overshadow and it won't spoil my total audio, if you know what I mean. And then my microphone, which I'm having over here, where I'm talking to it, I didn't know actually on the speakers. If I'm talking, you can see the sound going on. You can see the sound going on. This is the microphone, which is actually, reading it. So I don't need my speakers, because I don't need the speakers. I just need the online sound for now. Then I'm going to be adding my other. This is where I stay for my media over here. I just put a chair over here and stay, because we don't really have much working on right now. This is what I use. And then you're going to need a sound card actually. I'm going to put some sound cards on the screen. People have been asking me what sound card is actually the best. And the sound card that's actually the best for me, from my experience, is actually the Focusrite sound card. Focusrite sound card. I think this card is 2i2 3rd gen. Can't really remember the name, but Focusrite sound card, which is actually the best. And then, but it's actually expensive, because it has to do with budgets. And what is good is a bit expensive, you know, the way Yoruba says it and the proverb stuff. So it's actually the best. But then you can add some other options like Euphoria. I've used Euphoria also. I've worked with Euphoria. I've worked with Audiobox. Audiobox is also more expensive. I've worked with Bomji. Bomji is actually good also, just depending on your budget. Depending on your budget, if you want the best out there, I would tell you to go for Focusrite. But then if your budget can't take a Focusrite, you can go on other options. There are actually a lot of other options out there. The one I used in my last video for explaining this sound thing, it was actually this I call it 2K sound card. Yeah, it's like, let me say, the cheapest sound card you can actually get, the cheapest sound card, which is not advisable for you to get. But then, you know, working with what you have to work with your pocket also. You have to work with your budget. That's why I just use it, because my church doesn't really have much right now, so we're working on what we have. So I'm using that for now, but it's actually not advisable to you. I won't advise to anyone to use. But then, if your budget is not that big, you can use it for starting. That's just the truth. Yeah, you know, you can't go above your budget. So I'm not actually using sound card for now, because our engineer, like the person that worked on the system, the software engineer, or what do they call them, they actually did something on the system which doesn't require me to use sound card for now, because we can't afford to get a sound card. And I told them, if you want to actually get a good sound card, let's just go for one of these Bomji sound card or Euphoria, even if you don't get Focusrite. So for now, since we don't have that, we're working on what we have, which is actually this. Okay, now let me plug in my other end of the thing. If you're actually using Focusrite, or if you're using Euphoria, if you're using all this audio interface, they call them audio interface. If you're using an audio interface, you actually need an aux cable over here. So it'll be aux to aux. The aux plugged into the jack that is to your auxiliary or to your send, and the other end should also be an aux. Or then you can have a stereo mount, that is this Canon mount, which is 3 points. You can have that, or you can have jack. That is what this audio interface use. If you're using sound like the last one I used, those 2K sound card, you can actually use something like this, which is the auxiliary mount, that is this phone cable mount. So once I plug it in, I'm going to be showing you over here. This is the system with the hole. Once I plug this in over here, it's gonna bring that. I'm not sure if the system will show it from the screen record, but if it shows it, same fine by me. Once I plug it like that, it's gonna bring this particular option. Which device did you just plug in? Which device did you plug in? You can say mic, you can say line in, you can say headsets with audio. That's if you have all these headsets that has, you know, microphone. Like I say, external speakers. So these external speakers is going to play your sound to the external speakers. This mic is going to use it as mic. This line is going to use it as mic also. I think line is mic, not too sure, but it works for mic, so good. So I'm just going to use that line in. I'm going to be using it, and then good for you. I honestly don't know what that name is, but it shows something like Wave. This is the name of the application, Wave Max Audio Pro. Yes, I think Windows 11 has it, because there's a time at work when I plugged in something, like I plugged in this kind of mouse to my microphone. It was an external speakers actually. I just plugged it into the system, and then it brought these Realtek audio options. What did you just plug in? Is it microphone? Is it a external speakers and stuff? And I was like, that kind of thing, you might not actually need a sound card, because it works fine. It works as a microphone. So this way, I'm not saying you should use it. I'm just saying that this is what I'm using in my church right now. This is where I plug it in. This is where I did it. I don't know how I got the software. I don't know what my engineer did to the software. I have no idea what they did to the software or to the laptop. But then once I go to my add input right like this, and then I go to my audio input, it's gonna work fine for me. This is line in Realtek audio, and then I'm having my audio. So if I pick out, you know, I'm not speaking now. If I pick up my mic and I'm talking, you can see the mic over here talking. So this way I can just work in my audios. Let me hang in this mic like this. I can work on my audio, you know, adding it left, right. So it's gonna balance both of them. Left, right. I like doing this, so balances both of them. This is for the boss A also. So now you can see as I'm talking, they're gonna be sounding real good. Okay, so let me from over here recording my microphone on. Okay, so let me record from the system. I think I can hear me. Okay, I can hear myself because from the mixer. So let me record from the system so you can hear how it actually sounds like. So I'm using the audio, this audio right now. I'm using it with what I'm using to record the system. That's the system, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be working. Yes, you can see. Okay, you can't see it because it's gonna record the system. So this is actually working, and it's actually good so far. So right now what I just do is to make sure I control the audio from my microphone, from my mixer rather. I control the audio from my mixer, increasing what I need to increase, reducing what I need to reduce, and it's all good. Yeah, so far it has been working for me. But for a professional standard setup, this is not recommendable. This is just going with matured budget. Like I said, for a professional standard setup, you will need something like a sound. You definitely need an audio interface, which is what I showed you. Focusrite or BoomG or Euphoria, depending on your budget. Focusrite is the best if you want to ask me where's the best. And then you can do the settings I showed you from here, increasing what needs to be increased, reducing what needs to be reduced. So some people won't be louder than some people. The engineer working on his thing, giving it a crisp audio, going to your audio interface. Your audio interface, then now if you use audio interface like Focusrite or Euphoria, you will need to download their drivers. I'm not sure if Euphoria has drivers, but I'm pretty sure if Focusrite has drivers. If you use Focusrite, you need to download our drivers, which means if you go to after buying your Focusrite, go to your Focusrite website, go to the Focusrite website, download the drivers for your Focusrite, the generation, everything, and then putting the code into it, installation and everything, then it should be working. Because most times when people buy Focusrite, it be like the Focusrite is not working, whereas you have to download the drivers so the drivers can work with the audio interface. This is pretty much how I do my sound in church. It's pretty much it. We don't use SoundPad for now, but then this is what we use, and this is what we do. What we use here is not advisable for people because this is what we're working with. So for a low budget sound for a upcoming church, you can use this. You can download this. Let me put in the name again. vMix Audio Pro. You can download it so you can be using it in case you just plug in your sound directly. They will ask you, okay, what do you just plug in? You can see your mic, you can see your lining, and then it works as your mic. Then you are streaming directly, but then you won't be able to control your audios from your audio interface. You won't be able to do a lot of things. You can see when I added the audio was a bit like the left was too much than the right. That's something like on a more professional level. So I won't advise that for anyone. This is how I just connected mine. But thank you very much for watching. If this video has been useful to you, please don't hesitate to like, comment, share to your family, to your loved ones, to your friends. You can see this is pretty much late. We had to stay up just to do this video for you people, so you can know how to connect this. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be posting this video on the new year. So season's greetings, happy new year to you. Thank you very much for sticking with me since I started, and you guys joining for the first time, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. You can comment on the issue you have, any issues you have, and I think I will help you as best as I can. You message me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp link is in my YouTube description. So thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video.